Hey folks, 1881 MF here to show you a real easy recipe for the first time soap makers. Get ready. We're going to start off with our lye solution. Don't be freaked out about lye. I use robic. It comes from Lowe's and it's $2 or $3 and it is 100% lye. 1 cup of distilled water. 6.5 ounces of coconut oil, 6.5 ounces of palm oil. I got both the coconut oil and the palm oil at a soap making store, but the coconut oil comes from Walmart, palm oil comes from the soap store. And then we have 7.5 ounces of olive oil, which I got from Food City. And then we have 1.3 ounces of castor oil. We have a couple options for some colors and fragrant oils that we can add if necessary. A thermometer is necessary. A stick blender will save you about 30 minutes of stirring that. A couple extra containers that can handle extra heat. And I use my old Pringles cans for my soap molds. Makes it real easy, and I'll show you later in the video how that works. So come back for the next step. Step 1, mixing up your lye solution. Like I said, I get my robic from Lowe's, and it is 100% lye, and that has been verified by a bunch of people. That's not me. All the danger tags and everything say wear rubber gloves, do it outside in a well-ventilated area, wear safety goggles. The temperature of my water is currently 78 degrees, but as you see, once I add this to that water, it's going to get extremely hot, and then you'll want to wait for it to cool down. So, everybody hold your breath. They say add the robic to the water so you don't have a chemical reaction that's out of hand. So, here I go.
I'm going to stir this up. I'm not going to breathe any of that stuff. I can feel it really getting hot already. And as soon as this dissolves, I'll go ahead and put the thermometer back in so we can see how hot it is. After this step, you're going to want to wait for it to cool down to about 100 degrees before you mix your oils and your lye solution. You want to make sure they're both at the same temperature, which about 100, 110 seems to be a good degree. I'm going to go ahead and put this temperature gauge in here. You can see how hot that's getting already. It's already 175 degrees, 180 degrees. That's chemical heat is what it is. Now we're going to put this probably in an ice bath. You could submerge this right into a bucket.
Now we're going to put this probably in an ice bath. You could submerge this right into a bucket of ice water without the water getting in your solution. Like I said, get it down to 100, 110 degrees, and then we'll be ready for our next step. Okay, as you can see, our lye solution is cooling down, so we're going to go ahead and go on to step 2, which is getting the rest of our oils put together, melted, and warmed to a good temperature. I'm going to try to get them to, you know, about 100, 110 degrees, whatever it takes to melt.
There's the coconut oil, and we're going to add the palm oil. And we're going to add the olive oil. And then we're going to add castor oil. And then, like I said, I'm going to throw this in the microwave for a couple minutes, keeping an eye on it, waiting for the oil to melt. You just basically need to get it melted. I'm glad I didn't just fling all that on the photographer. She would have not been well with me. Okay, now we're going to go to the microwave. And we'll keep an eye on that. Like I said, we're going to want it to get all melted, and then we'll put a temperature gauge in it and see what kind of temperature we're looking at, and get the lye solution and the oils to the right temperature. We'll be back with step 3.
Okay, 1 minute 25 seconds in my microwave on high got us to 109 degrees, which is pretty nice. Let's check the temperature of our lye real quick. You can see where that's getting down to. Put that in a little ice patch there. It's at 122, 125 degrees, so we'll let that continue to cool down for another 5 or 10 minutes and then go from there. Okay, looks like our lye solution's 107.7. That's pretty good. Let's check our oil solution. 103, 10. I think that's close enough. So now for the mixing. Add the lye solution slowly to the oil solution. I start stirring with my regular spatula. Stir as you pour it. And then you need to mix it until it's good and firm. And you'll know when it is. Okay, so now I've kind of got that pre-mixed, so I'll get my stick blender out. And watch how fast this works. Basically, you'll do this until it's pretty thick. It drips almost like pudding. I'll spare you the aggravating noises of this blender and come back for when we dump it in the mold. Thanks. All right. I'd say that's about the consistency you want. This is the point when you want to add your flavorings and your colors and stuff like that. We'll add some. I'll put some blue in there, and I don't know, I'm sure I should get this right, but I think you're supposed to use half an ounce of color, maybe an ounce of color, and then this is going to be our smells, which is fresh rain, so we'll dump our fresh rain oil in there, see how that works. And then I mix my soap. Very strong smelling. Wow. Let's put a little more in there. That's supposed to be blue, we said?
Blue.
Doesn't look real blue to me. I'm winging this here, so I'm not a color expert, although it stains your fingers nicely. Well, let's keep it swirled like that. And then the trusty Pringles can, salt and vinegar, our favorite. We're going to add this to that. And then we'll take that can, I kind of stomp it down a little bit, get the air bubbles out. Can you see that there? And then I'll put the lid on it. Let it sit for 3 or 4 days maybe. After that, we'll rip it out of there, cut it up, and then you have soap. Come back. Come back. Okay, it's been in the mold for 4 days, and now we're going to cut it out. It's turned a little blue, like we wanted it to when we were mixing it. It sure didn't act like it was going to, but now for the reason I use Pringles cans. You know it's a seam on there, just like on muffins you buy at the grocery store. Just follow that seam. Just turn it on out of there. Look at that, I got some very funky soap right here, folks.
It's like the moon.
Yeah. Oh, it sure smells delicious. And then there's our soap. I didn't do a good job of stomping the air pockets out of there, but you know what? It'll work. It'll work. I'll cut it on the next video. Thanks. There it is. We pulled it out of the mold 4 days in, full of air pockets because I didn't stomp it down hard enough. It doesn't really matter to me because I'm not selling it, I'm using it. So now we're going to go ahead and cut it. I just use a big putty knife. I make mine about 1.5 inches thick, 2 inch maybe. Ta-da. And there's our homemade soap, which I made for about the price of 1 bar from the grocery store. soap helps for eczema and everything. Thanks for watching, folks. Come back often. And there's our finished product. We're going to let that cure for probably, get in the light we can see it better. We're going to let that cure for 4 weeks. And then after that it'll be ready to use. I make soap about every week, so every week I have a batch ready. Thanks for watching. 1881 MF. Come back, watch more often. Bye now. Bye now. Alright, now we're going to test it. The final test. Here we go. Water on it. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh. Thanks folks for watching my videos. Come on back. Bye now. Bye now.